Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, November the 6th, 2018. I realized today that I really hadn't posted any updates on the farm this year. I did post the one video of Wubbs's first litter, or up until now it's still her only litter, but anyway, I just kind of wanted to make a quick video to touch base. Gotta forgive my hair. I just got out of the shower. This year was definitely a learning experience. And I learned that my life is going in a different direction than what I had originally planned. The Lord called me into ministry this year, and I sat down and decided to reevaluate my priorities. And I realized that God was taking my life in a different direction than what I had planned to take my life in. And I'm okay with that. So I sold the goats, not just because God had called me into ministry, but also it had reached the point where it was more of a hassle than anything, and we weren't really getting much of a return from it. It started off great. It started off fun. You know, we had Molly and Romeo and Juliet. Well, Molly and Juliet both had babies back in February. Molly had a set of twins that we named Dip and Dot, and Juliet had a singleton that we named... Oh, you can hear Jake. Hang on. Say hi to Jake, everybody. Juliet had a singleton that we named Tip, and the plan was to raise the two males up and put them in the freezer, and then we were going to breed the female. But, you know, so we decided, we're going to fence in the backyard, and we're just going to turn them loose and let them eat the grass in the backyard. They had other plans. So as long as we kept them in their pen, they stayed put. But when we would turn them loose into the yard, they found any and every place they could to escape, which everyone had told me when I got into goats, oh, good luck keeping them contained. They're escape artists. Mine did good for a year, okay, of staying where I put them. Well, when it got to the point where we needed to turn them loose so they could eat the grass down, that's when the problems began, and I was having a lot of health issues, and I couldn't, chase them down all the time, and Romeo was in full-blown rut all the time, so he was dangerous to me and my kids. So when we realized we were putting out a bunch of money in feed, and we were not getting the return that we had anticipated, not to mention the time and the toll physically on my body. I ended up having a full hysterectomy July 20th, and I thought that was going to fix everything, but I'm still having issues, and after the first of the year, I'm actually going to have to go back and have another surgery. So we decided, okay, let's get rid of the hassle. So we sold the goats. We did process one and put it in the freezer, but we sold the rest of them. So now my primary focus is just rabbits. I do still have chickens just because I enjoy having them and I enjoy the eggs, but my chickens are pretty much done laying for the year. So for the next several months, I'm going to be feeding out these animals that I have just because I enjoy them. My turkeys, in just a few short weeks, in fact, there's the two females right there. In just a few short weeks, the female turkeys and the male, all three of them, will be processed and put into the freezer. It's probably going to be a long time before I decide to do turkeys again, because they eat a lot and they poop a lot. Like, they God, they're nasty. I love them. I love looking out my window and seeing Jake out there all puffed out, but sorry, my husband walked out. I had to pause my recording. Trying to remember where I was. The more animals I have, not only is it a more of a financial commitment, but it's more of a time issue. And as I said earlier, God called me into ministry. So I am the youth director for our church now. I'm in charge of our youth group. And up until now, it hasn't taken up very much of my time. But we are planning to go to North American Youth Congress next summer. So we very soon are going to have to start fundraising. And I need to be able to focus my time and my energy into that. So I talked it over with my husband, and we've decided we're just going to focus on chickens and rabbits, mainly rabbits, because you get a very high yield from rabbits. They don't cost a whole lot to feed out depending upon your breed. Now, I do raise Rexes, and they do take a little longer to feed out. We intend to get a few New Zealands, to introduce into our program for our meat purposes. We do have some pedigree Rexes now because my son and one of my daughters has expressed an interest in showing rabbits, and I would like to show some rabbits as well. So we have started branching out into some pedigree lines. We do have 2 Flemish. We have started getting into breeding Flemish, and that's where the primary focus is for me now, is rabbits. We have expanded our rabbitry. We currently have 23 rabbits, 7 of which are babies. 5 more are not really babies, but they're not really breeding age yet. They were actually born the day before my surgery. So they're about 4 months old. So they still got a couple months and they'll be ready to breed. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at now. I know I say it every spring and we haven't had a chance yet, but we do intend on getting some honeybees in the spring and putting out on our other property. Because a friend of mine and I have decided to kind of go into business together after the first of the year, making, like boutique type items, making soaps and bath bombs. There was actually a time in my life where I tried to pursue a business of making soaps and everything. It was kind of like a dream I had, and I really do miss doing it. I really enjoyed it while I did it. I wasn't very good, but I've learned a lot since then, and she's made soap and everything before. So we have a name, and we have an Etsy store, and we're also going to be offering monogrammed items because she has, the equipment and everything to do that, and she's teaching me how to do that. But anyway, she did a craft festival type deal back in October, and she was selling some jams and jellies that she had made, and I had some that I had made that I sent with my church. But anyway, she came home and she told me, she said, "Jennifer, you really need to get your honeybees next spring," because everybody that came by today was asking me about honey. So talked about it with the husband, and we are definitely going to get some honeybees. Dothan, which is the closest major city to me, they recently got a Rural King, which I'm in love with. I just thought I loved Tractor Supply. Oh man, Rural King is so awesome. I love them. They have all the beekeeping equipment that we need. So I'm just going to start buying a little bit here and a little bit there. And then come March, I will order our package of bees. And we've already got the space cleared out for the beehives. That's already ready to go. It's got a natural creek that runs through it, which, is what helped us come up with the new name for our our homestead. Yeah, we changed it. We're not J&J Farms anymore. We are Sandy Creek Rabbitry and Homestead, because our other property has a natural creek that runs through it, and it's got very sandy creek beds and really high sandy walls. So, and our last name is Sanders. So I came up with the name of Sandy Creek, and I actually registered my rabbitry with the ARBA. So I'm an official rabbitry now, and I became a licensed member of the ARBA. For those of you that don't know, that's the American Rabbit Breeders Association. So I'm pretty excited. So we're going to be adding bees, and one of the things that I've learned, I've theoretically learned how to do. I haven't actually put it into practice yet, but I know how to do it. Is I'm going to start making rabbit foot keychains. I know they were really popular when I was a kid. I don't think there's really a demand for them now, but I think they're cute and would make a neat little novelty item. But I learned how to do that theoretically. I did a bunch of research, and I can tell you how to do it. It's just I've never actually physically done it. But the next batch of rabbits that we butcher, I will be saving the feet for and turning into keychains. So that's just kind of what's been going on around here. I haven't really been active as far as like videos and stuff this year, because I spent a lot of time inside in bed because I was in constant pain. I had endometriosis and adenomyosis and ovarian cysts. So they took everything out except for my right ovary, but now it's got to come out too. So, I want to introduce you to the newest member to Sandy Creek. Come here. Come here. This is my livestock guardian. This is Millicent, the 9mm, because she's a pistol. And we just call her Millie. She is a month old. And she is a mama's girl. That's why that's why my husband came out earlier. He was bringing her outside because she needed potty. So anyway, that's my update. Can't really think of anything else to brief you guys on. I've done spilled my guts on all my personal stuff, and just ask y'all to keep me in your prayers, not just for my health, but that I will be sensitive to the voice of God, and I will be a good youth group leader. And I already have a burden for these young people, but that God will increase my burden for them. Our youth is the future church, and if we don't teach them about God and how to serve Him and live for Him, the world is going to teach them how to be worldly, and we will lose them. So it's very important. Youth group is very important. It's important to reach the youth of our country, of our cities, of our towns. Not just the ones that are in your church, but the ones that kind of just fall by the wayside. Reach out to them. Pray for them. Invite them to church. Show them the love of God. So anyway, that's it. Everybody have a blessed day.